we're going to start from the weekly time frame too. You see that on the weekly time frame we are still bullish, still respecting bullish structure. This is a high here, this high, and this is just retracement. Then we push all the way up to make this high, and potentially this should just be retracement for price to make a new higher low, and potentially for price to continue bullish. That's what I'm seeing here. Then on the daily time frame, what I'm seeing is price making this double bottom. So I count this as a double bottom. So you push all the way up after making highs, lows, high, low, push all the way up. Then we drop back down, right, to the zone. So if you put a support around this zone down to this zone, sharp price rejected off of this support, and potentially from this, so this is now looking like a double bottom. Potentially from this zone we should see price go all the way up to this high, or even potentially up to this high here around 5175, around that zone. But the first TP will be around this high here, 5825, around that zone. So we are looking bullish from this zone. We should continue on the bullish trend. Also on the 2-hour time frame, you can see how we switch structure. So we were bearish, right, making lower lows and lower highs, but now we switch and now we are making higher highs and higher lows. So we make this low high, a higher low, right, then we push down, to make a low, and this low was an inverted head and shoulder. If you look at it, if you invert scale, boom, boom, and if you put on this like this, boom, to this zone, you see that this is an inverted head and shoulder. So this is the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder, and from there we push all the way up, and potentially we should make new highs from that zone. So what also I'm also saying is that price push all the way up to this zone. So from this zone, push all the way up here, and we drop down, and we're rejecting off of this last lower high that price made on this counter trend. So since we push down, we got this 2-hour rejection candle. So on these two, I'm also looking for longs as soon as market is opening potentially, or I might just wait. But I feel like from this zone we should push all the way up. But we are bullish overall. Yeah, we're bullish overall. So I feel like from this zone we should look for longs targeting these highs here. So here, if you enter as soon as market is opening, I will potentially enter. I'm still considering this because I don't understand the structure, because this structure is still looking kind of like it's going to retrace a little bit more. You get what I'm trying to say? But potentially I'm also looking for price to reject off of this zone and continue bullish from that zone and go all the way up to this high. Then our SL will be this last low here. That's the zone that price used for the inverted head and shoulder. Yeah, so potentially this push all the way up to here. So it's like the 1.9. Yeah, so something like this. That's what I'm looking forward to. As soon as market's opening, just enter longs potentially. But it's looking like price is still going to retrace a little bit. But yeah, we just chill and observe price. But I think as soon as market's open, you should enter longs and you should target those highs there. So yeah, this is my outlook for this week. Please like and subscribe.